I'm Dr. Rob Slocum. I'm the Tai Chi instructor for integrative medicine and health at University of Kentucky Healthcare. And today I'm going to share with you the practice of Tai Chi Qigong. Tai Chi Qigong helps us to be at one with the energy around us and within us. It's a moving meditation. It encourages resilience. It encourages balance. And we're going to talk about how that can be done in the comfort of your home or in any place where you have just enough room to make some basic movements. And this is for all kinds of people, no prior experience necessary. The fundamental aspect about Tai Chi Qigong is our posture. So we stand not in a rigid way. This isn't like a military brace, but we stand upright, head as if suspended. So looking forward, not rigidly, but balanced. Head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and we'll start out weight evenly balanced. So the first thing I want to talk about is how Tai Chi Qigong practice can slightly change the way we breathe and the way we stand. So first of all, in terms of how we stand, in the West especially, sometimes without intending to, we can kind of slump over a little bit. You've heard the expression being knocked back on your heels. So for what we're going to do in these exercises, I'm going to invite you to move your weight from a standing position, of course, forward to the balls of your feet. I'm pointing to these places on my hands, analogous to the balls of my feet. So I'm going to turn sideways to illustrate. So if I'm back on my heels, my weight is back like this. But if I just gently move my weight forward to the balls of my heels, you'll see my posture changes. Now, I'm not up on my toes. My heels continue to touch the ground or floor, but my weight goes from here to here. And you may notice if you try this yourself that as you make this movement from the heels to the balls of the feet, it becomes easier. The shoulders can spread just a little, the lungs can spread just a little. It's easier to breathe deeply, and so it's easier to move forward. It's easier to be ready to take the next step. So that's one thing we will do. When we talk about practice, we'll tend to move our weight forward into this position. Another issue is balance. So just to be aware of your balance. And this helps just so we stand upright and don't fall. It can also be helpful in terms of resetting our internal balance. So just to be aware of your balance. So right now, my weight is evenly distributed between one side and another. And without moving my feet, I can put all my weight on this side, I can go back to center, I can put all my weight on this side and back to center. So just to be aware, how are you balanced? Sometimes if you find yourself falling or drifting off balance, it may be possible to regain balance by counterweighting yourself. So if I find myself unintentionally drifting in this direction, by simply raising my foot and repositioning it, I can bring myself back to balance. And of course, it works in either way. But just to be aware of the balance. The balance becomes with the use of our weight. Now, to talk about the breath, sometimes we don't take deep breaths. You may have heard the expression, if somebody is in stress or panicking, take a deep breath. So one of the things that our practice of Tai Chi Qigong will emphasize is moving internal energy with the breath, and that makes it much easier. So it invites us to breathe deeply, which itself is healthy, healthful. So as we breathe, we don't take just sip breaths, we seek to fill the lungs from the bottom up. One way to ensure that we're doing this is we can just gently place our hand on what we would call the solar plexus, kind of midline here, and as you slowly breathe, concentrate on filling the lungs from the bottom up. You should feel a gentle pressure against your hand here. Inhale and exhale. And for all of these exercises, we'll spend the same amount of time inhaling slowly and exhaling slowly. And as you do that, you may find there's more energy, there's more oxygen, there's more air, there's more life for you as you move forward. So again, we breathe in, filling the lungs from the bottom, we breathe out. So now I'm going to teach you an activity called Qigong, which is an energy building activity, but they'll have a couple of pieces to it. One of them will be a movement of the arms. So as we inhale, I'll bring my arms up and then exhale as they come down. And then I'll be running out of air at about belt line, so I'll inhale again, inhale up, slowly filling the lungs, exhale down. Now, the points that I mentioned to you on the balls of the feet, we understand them to be energy points. So we understand the energy with this exercise moving from top to bottom of the torso. So there'll be 3 sets of 3 breathings, and I'm going to turn sideways so that the first set of 3, we can imagine this wave of energy going down the front of the torso. For the next set of 3, down the middle of the torso. For the last set of 3, down the back of the torso. And this exercise is known as the rooting cleansing Qigong. Rooting in the sense that our feet are rooted in the earth, or rooted in the floor that's based on the earth, and cleansing in the sense that this wave of energy moving from top to bottom will clear those things that we want to move through. Liken it to cleaning the dust bunnies and the scraps of paper off the floor in the hall, but it just moves through and cleans out. So what we'll do is, for the first set of 3, I will inhale up, the hands will come around the face, around the torso, we'll pause for another breath, and then the energy will go the rest of the way down the legs and out through the feet, top to bottom, rooting and cleansing. So we'll do 3 sets of these. So if you'll please breathe with me now. Inhale up. Exhaling slowly. Inhale again. Exhaling, the energy goes out, down through the feet. That's 1. We'll do this 2 more times, just the same. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale out. Again, energy down the front of the torso, out through the feet. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale out. Out through the feet. And that's the first set of 3. Now the next set of 3, we will envision the energy going through the center of the torso. And in this case, the hands will just come straight down, not going around the face as in the front. So, inhale up, slowly filling the lungs. Exhale down, slowly exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down, out through the feet. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more in this set of 3. Gently inhaling up, filling the lungs from the bottom up. Slowly exhale down, no rush. Inhale up, exhale down, out through the bottoms of the feet. And now for the last set of 3, we'll envision the energy going down the back of the torso. Same movements as previously. Gently inhale up, fill the lungs from the bottom up. Exhale out, slowly, gently. Inhale up, exhale down, emptying the lungs. Energy goes out through the bottoms of the feet. Inhale up, exhale down, peacefully, gently. Inhale up, exhale down, out through the points of the feet. One more. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, out through the points and the bottoms of the feet. And that's the rooting cleansing Qigong. You may find it energizes and at the same time centers the energy, calms, focuses. This may prove helpful as a daily practice.